Hey y'all, it's Jaila aka JaiChanellie. Today I'm going to show you all the steps you have to take to get perfect box braids the first time. Now these are the steps that YouTubers usually don't show you on camera. It's too meticulous, it takes too much time, they don't think it's important, but it is, okay? It's going to take your box braid game from here to here. If you want to see this video and if you want to get the perfect box braids the first time, let's go ahead and keep on watching. Just a little background on me. I have been DIYing my own box braids for about 5 years now. This is not a box braid tutorial. I actually already have one of those on my channel, so go ahead and check it out above. This is just basically the steps that you have to do in order to get a good set of box braids. They're not the glamorous parts of doing your box braids, but they are absolutely necessary. So let's get right into it. So one of those steps is braiding all the way down to the ends of your braids. Now a lot of times on YouTube you'll see people braid down halfway and they'll say, oh, I'll come back to it later, oh, I'll braid it down later. A lot of times people don't ever show you braiding down all the way to the ends, and that's something you have to do. So let me go ahead and do that for you. It is not braided all the way down to the ends. And why is it important to braid all the way down to the ends? So your hair doesn't unravel like this one is already doing. And I'm going to pick up where I left off. So it's super important when you're braiding down to the ends to try to keep the hair as even as possible. You have 3 legs of the braid. If you need to borrow hair from one leg to keep them as even of thickness as possible, go ahead and do that. Another thing that people fail to mention, before you get started on your box braids, please make sure you have your nails under control, y'all. So right now I have bare nails. They're not super duper groomed, but I did file them and cut them down, and that is just because when you're working on your hair for hours at a time, you do not want to be getting hangnails. You do not want to be getting your hair caught up in any unfiled broken nails. Okay y'all, I'm basically to the point where I really don't need to braid anymore, so I'm gonna let that go. And now you see that this braid that once was falling loose is now braided all the way down, basically to the very ends. Okay, so now our hair is officially braided all the way down. This is not enough. This is not going to keep your hair braided. You have to dip your hair in boiling hot water. So that is what we're about to do. Okay, y'all, so we're in the kitchen where I currently have some boiling water on the stove. I'm just using a large quart pot. So the reason that we have to dip our ends in boiling hot water is because braiding hair is usually Kanekalon hair, which is a type of synthetic fiber, y'all. It's basically a type of plastic. In order to seal that hair, we need to use heat. It will stop it from unraveling and also give it a very sleek look. So that's why it's important for us to dip our Kanekalon braiding hair into the boiling hot water. Now, if you're doing braids where you're using, for example, human hair, you do not and you should not dip your hair, okay? Because in that case, you're not using synthetic plastic fibers. The water's not going to do anything but damage the hair. I like to transfer my water to this container, and this is what I actually dip my hair in because it's tall. When I dip my hair in like this, my hair won't really scrunch up at the bottom. Alright y'all, so I decided last minute that I wanted crinkly ends. So right now I'm plaiting my hair down and I'm going to put a flexi rod at the very end. If you ever want curly ends or crinkly ends, you have to do that before you dip it in the boiling hot water, because again, the hot water is going to seal that style in. So that's what you see me doing. I'm going to leave it in there for 20 seconds. That's literally all you need for the synthetic fibers to be sealed. Be very, 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 very careful, y'all. This is hot water. You're dealing with boiling hot water. So make sure you have a towel on deck. And yeah, if you are a child, please consult a parent or guardian before you do this. Okay? Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we're working with. If you've watched up to this point, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button. Okay, you made it halfway through the video. You're stuck. Okay, so sorry about it. Hit that subscribe button so you can watch the rest of this video. Okay, and you're just gonna see me taking out that braid, taking out that flexi rod, and we have this beautiful crinkly ends. I did not plan to do this again. It was a last minute decision, but I absolutely love the touch. there are more things that you usually don't see on YouTube that I want to show you to make sure that your first time is seamless, okay? So some other things you might not always see is trimming your hair. So it's super important to trim your braids. You gotta trim for length. You also just have to trim for neatness. So I go in with the scissors wherever I see some super straggly ends. Like for example, all this down here, that can go. If you feel like you still have a lot of flyaways, I highly recommend using some scissors and going in and cutting off those loose hairs. But this will really help your hair give that nice, clean, professional look. All right, so now the braids are really coming together. In order for us to get that super polished look, you need to go in with some type of holding product, whether that be mousse or whether that be like a setting lotion. Now I already have a video about how I maintain my box braids. I'll link that video above. And I often use mousse to maintain my box braids because it really helps with making sure that your natural hair is nice and subdued. It doesn't frizz up too much. You can let your hair air dry with the scarf on, or you can go in with a blow dryer like we're gonna do. I love this part. All right, here we go. We are almost done. A couple of other steps that you need to do as soon as you install is make sure you go in and moisturize that scalp, okay? So you can use some oil that has a nozzle. If you know you have specific scalp needs, I highly recommend you going in with those products. I have some dandruff in the back. I like to use some Sulfur 8 back there. I'm also going to use this Do Grow. Just, you know, mix it together and see what happens. Just so you know, the way that I oil my scalp so that it don't take forever and I'm not sitting here for too long, I will stick my hand in the product like this, rub it in between my fingers, and all I do is take my fingers, put it on my scalp, and rub down on my scalp. That way I'm just oiling it down, I'm greasing it down, and it does not take me forever in a day to do it. Last but certainly not least, we need to give our hair some sheen. So I'm going to go in with some oil sheen and just oil my hair down. Make sure you get those ends because you don't want those ends to be looking dry. So for those of you asking how I do the back of my head, hopefully this visual helps you out. So basically my setup is that I put a big mirror in the back of me. This is just like one of those mirrors from Walmart. So obviously right now I can see the back of me because I'm looking in my phone, right? But I'm not going to do my hair with my phone in my hand. I actually have a mirror in front of me. The setup in front of me, don't mind this. This is I did a bleach DIY over here. So I have a mirror in front of me as well. So in this mirror, I'm able to see the back of my head. So when I need to part and go in and make straight parts, I'm just looking in this mirror in order to look in this mirror. Okay, y'all, and that is it. Those are all the steps that you need to take to get perfect box braids the first time, okay? If you are a first-time box braider, I really hope this helped you. If you're not, I hope this helped you as well. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video so YouTube can share with other people, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. You don't want to be like them girls who don't dip their ends, because that says a lot about your character.